Hey, tip number 4. So now we're going to talk about this lovely thing, the mouthpiece, and this, and how it connects. So basically, if the reed has got any chips in the top and is a little bit, it's got some slices down it, because it will break this way and then it will break on the top. So when you're first starting, if you've got your saxophone and you've got it around your neck and you just happen to lean over, your mouthpiece can easily hit your shoulder. So you have to try and prevent that by just being aware that this will last as long as you can make it last if you don't hit it this way. So you can go this way. This is the way of the grain, and that's fine. So you can touch it like that. And I would recommend putting it in some water just to soften it up. Spit is fine, but if you just put that in, and also this is a good thing to do. Yeah, drink some water, because then you're not sort of starting off dry. So anyway, this reed is a used reed. Now, if you're going to put it on the mouthpiece, make sure you put this mouthpiece on first, because what happens is when you put the reed on afterwards, you tend to do this and you'll move the reed with the mouthpiece. Put the mouthpiece on. Do you know what I'm saying? So put this on first, then attach your reed. This is attached to a saxophone, of course, but you don't need to see that. Right, so here we have the reed. Now, I've got 2 thumbs. I'm left-handed, so I'm going to be moving the top with my left hand, and my right hand is going to hold it at the bottom. You could decide which way you want to do it. I could do it the other way around just to see if I could do it, but so one thumb here, and I'm going to push the other one. I'm going to push it to the top so that I can see the edge. So I push it down and I can see, oh yeah, it's right on the edge. If it's too far down or too far up, you will find that it's difficult to be in tune. So a simple thing like that, correcting your reed, can really, really help. So I've held it with one thumb and I'm going, yeah, and I'm not doing this. Yeah, it looks like it's on the right place. Then I'm going to get my ligature and I'm going to put it on the top. And then I'm going to put my hand back here, the other hand, so that I can turn the screw, so that I can tighten up the ligature. And then it's been held in place. And then now it's on the crook. I can just attach it to the saxophone. Reeds come in different sizes. They are either difficult to play or easy to play. Difficult, bigger the number, the more harder it will be physically, and also the thickness. So it's going to be harder and tougher to play, which means you need more control here. The softer the reed, the easier it is to play when you begin, and then you sort of need to move to a harder reed only because you don't have as much control. So you need to find that balance. Now, those numbers start from 1 to up to about 5, I believe. It depends which one you've got. But I would start, I use a 2.5 and I basically stayed on that. I sometimes go to a 3, but I'm sort of, I'm easy staying with the same one. If you really want to get a different sound, you can try different reeds. There are lots of makes. I'll put a list of the make that I use. And I think I moved to them because they were slightly easier and there was more regularity in them all playing well, because sometimes you get one that you can't play and it's a bit of a waste of money when you're biting the pack. If it's too hard, it's usually because they're too hard, so stick it in some water, not on the mouthpiece, and then that will help with that. There's also the option of cleaning these things, so make sure you don't clean with anything too abrasive. Just use cold water, rinse out your mouthpiece. It will get bits of food, coffee, whatever. Maybe clean your teeth before. It's an option. And then you get the sort of pieces of chamois leather, I believe is the term. And you can you place that through there. And that will just take away any moisture so that it doesn't linger around and the bits of food get taken out. Obviously, when you're doing a gig, you might not have a tap nearby. So these are good for that. But if you're at home, just give it a rinse. Cold water. Hot water will discolour the mouthpiece, And the same with this one, just some cold water and just go that way with those two fingers, just to take off any, to straighten it basically, because they will go wavy. And then when you put it back in the case, which I don't always put it back in the case, as long as I've straightened it out, I can straighten it out again when I start the process of playing again. I can actually wet this and then I can put it on there, hold it with my thumb and just flatten it out, because sometimes they can get a bit wavy due to the moisture. A long tip.